Shalom. All praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai. Double honors to the apostles and elders of GreatMillStone. And shalom to the brothers that are teaching this word. Shalom, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rokah Kwadash. And this is, basically, basically the Compact Bible Dictionary, man. Where it goes into saying Esau figures prominently in the prophetic scriptures as a scene of great future judgments. Okay, see notably Isaiah 34 and 5 and 6, 63 and 1. She is the only neighbor of the Israelites who was not given any promise of mercy from the Lord. And this is when you read under the heading of Edom. Okay, which Edom is Esau, which Esau today, Esau is the so-called white man. Okay, it's a spirit and a so-called white man. They're the Edomites. Okay, Esau, red, they're the people, they're the Edomites, man. These so-called white people ruling the earth today, they are biblically known as Edomites. That's their nationality. And their own people, their own scholars have written a Compact Bible Dictionary under Edom. It says it. Let's read it again. Edom figures prominently in the prophetic scriptures as the scene of great future judgment. Yeah, future judgments. Okay? Something that hasn't happened yet, because judgment hasn't came upon the so-called white race yet, the Edomites, the so-called white people, which you're really called the Edomites. Okay? Judgment hasn't come upon you yet. But it says here, as a scene of great future judgments, see note like the scriptures that it says, Isaiah 34, 63 and 1, Isaiah 34, 5 and 6, 63 and 1. She is the only neighbor of the Israelites who was not given any promise of mercy from the Lord. And that's what it is, because according to the scriptures, there's prophecies heavy prophecies against Esau. The book of Obadiah is one of them, man. The prophecies that are in there, they're going to be cut off forever, man. They ain't promised, because all the other nations, they're going to be in their allotted lands after their period of captivity that they serve under the nation of Israel, which they're still going to be tributaries unto us. But the so-called white man, which you're known as Edom, the Edomites, they're going to be done away with forever, according to the prophecy. Okay, now let's get into some scriptures. Here, this is okay. I'll start with I'll start with 2nd Ezra 6 and 7. This is 2nd Ezra 6 and 7. It says, Then answered I and said, What shall be the parting asunder of the times, or when shall be the end of the first, and the beginning of it that followeth? Okay. And he said unto me, From Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born. Yeah, Jacob being the father of the 12 tribes, okay, whose name was later changed to Israel, okay. That's our forefather, Jacob. We come from the so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans come from the line of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. All right. And then it says, and Esau were born of him. Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau, which represents what? The future prophecy of Esau being brought down, which Esau is the father of you so-called white people today. That's who you are. You're really the Edomites. Okay? You call yourself white, but there's no such thing as a white. There's no such thing as black. You really go by biblical identities. And yours is the Edomites. That's who you are. Okay? You're not going to run away from this, because the truth is the truth, man. All right? You try and run from it all you want, but you're the Edomites. You're Esau, man. Okay? It says, and Esau were born of him. Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau, which is symbolic of Jacob, which is so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, bringing down Esau. Okay? Which that's what's going to happen in these last days. Esau is going to be brought down, man, from his position of rulership by whom the world calls Jesus Christ, which is a so-called black man, and his name's Yahushai, man. It starts with the Lord first. Okay? And it says, held first the heel of Esau. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning that followeth. For Esau is the end of the world, man. End of what world? End of this world, man. End of this society. End of this rulership. End of this system. That when people talk about the end of the world, it's really talking about the end of a rulership, man. So the earth ain't gonna be destroyed, but a rulership's gonna be destroyed, which is the rulership of the so-called white man. Which this is, like it said in the Compact Bible Dictionary, it says that the Edomites are a scene of great future judgments. Great future judgments. So that's what's happening. There's many judgments that are going to be passed upon the Edomites, man. Okay? And we're passing judgment upon them now verbally, but the Lord's going to bring it physically. Okay? For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. That's right, because Jacob represents you so-called Negroes, Latin Americans. We're the beginning of the world to come. Okay? The new world, the kingdom of heaven. All right? Which is under the Lord, whom the world calls Jesus Christ, but his name's Yahushai, man, and he's a so-called black man. All right, that's who he really is. Okay, Now, let me get this scripture here. This is the book of Malachi, because there's many scriptures against Esau, man. Okay, and then why would the Bible why would they put in the Compact Bible Dictionary that he's the scene of great future judgments, man? Okay, and then the scriptures condemn Esau, which that's a so-called white man, man. That's why the so-called white man don't ever want to deal with the scriptures, because the Bible condemns them. They're not gonna want to ever deal with it, because they're the biblical Edomites, man. And there's further proof that they're the Edomites, because the scriptures tell you that basically the fool have said in his heart that there is no God. That's the so-called white man's spirit, man. He's a fool and he says there is no God, but there is. There's the God of the Israelites, man, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and he's gonna bring that judgment against the so-called white man. Okay, that's why the Bible condemns Esau, man. Okay, it says Malachi 1:4, whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people against whom the Lord have indignation forever. Yeah, but you're going to build, but the Lord's going to throw it down. Meaning what? Meaning you've built your... He says, you came back and you've built up your society, man. You've built up Rome again. Okay, you've built up London, you've built up the Vatican, you've built up Washington, D.C., all these great buildings you have all over the world, Sydney, Australia, all these great, so-called great tall architecture buildings that you have. You've built all that up. But the Lord said what? The Lord said, thus saith the Lord of hosts, they shall build, which you have done. You've come back into power and you've built up your society. But I will throw down. This is a scene of great future judgment, man. The Lord's going to zap your buildings. He's going to take your society over. Okay? But I will throw down. And they shall call them the border of wickedness. And you are the border of wickedness, man. Because wherever you so-called white people dwell, there's wickedness. First of all, the way you got all the lands that you have is by wickedness. By raping, robbing, and murdering. And then wickedly oppressing the people, man. Namely, the children of Israel, Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans. You've wickedly oppressed us, man. Okay? So scriptures say the border of wickedness. So anywhere you so-called white people dwell, that's another indication that you're the Edomites, man. Because everywhere in the earth has been brought to the brink of total corruption, man. Okay? And the only shining lights in this earth is the men pushing this word for Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, man. Okay? Because this earth is totally corrupt. That's proof that you're the Edomites, man. The border of wickedness. And the people against whom the Lord have indignation forever. Yeah, so the Lord has indignation against a specific race of people forever. Which is who? You so-called white people, man. Edomites. The children of Esau. Okay? Alright? Let me read this one here. This is the book of Obadiah. Get it here. Obadiah 1 and... I'll start at... 10. It says, and I'll jump to 18. It says, this is Obadiah